People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news, I know that not only myself, but a lot of persons that see a lot of decisions that are made by some of these judges. In Jamaica, we have to ask the question, it seems as if these judges are either A, in bed with the defense lawyers. It seems as if these judges are taking bribe from some of these criminal suspects. It seems as if these judges are taking money from people high in society, people with that face card, people with power. It seems as if there is a double standard in justice, the poor versus the rich. And people, it seems as if the prosecution, the DPP, is also losing faith in the judges because we saw that they've made some changes in Parliament as it pertains to appealing the sentence, appealing the guilty verdict of suspect. Because sometimes it seems as if even when the case is a slam dunk, even when these suspects do something that is despicable, they still seems to get some sorts of bail or get a slap on the wrist as it pertains to the sentence. Now, I am speaking about a landmark case Friday gone in which the DPP, Paula Llewellyn and them appealed a sentencing for a man that is a known gangster. His name is Lindell Powell, O.C. Lazarus. Lindell Powell, like I said, had some previous conviction, one of them hot tool. However, Mr. Lindell Powell's latest running is an incident that occurred back in 2017, January to be specific. Mr. Powell is said to have been the suspect in the takeaway of two people, Mr. McIntosh and Mrs. Clark. He was held. He was taken into custody, taken to court, and he pleaded guilty for the takeaway of these two persons. In his sentence, he was given 12 years each for each person. Those 12 years were to run concurrent. That means not 12 and 12 for 24. He was to do the most out of the highest sentence. So therefore, him get 12 and 12. So therefore, he was eligible for parole after 10 years. Now when we do the maths on this, two people, 12 years, so call it 6 years sentence. However, him a go do 5 for each person, 10 total. People, can you imagine a known gangster, a person that has a criminal history, goes to court even though he plead at the first chance he got. He was sentenced to 12 years each, do 10 years and then him come out. Doesn't this raise some sort of red flag as to if this judge is actually in bed with the defense lawyer? If this judge wasn't taking money, however, people, like I said, the system had concerns based on what they see transpiring, based on people that jump over a little pick the fence and get $300,000 bail, and even in this man's case. It has to be or had to be extreme for the prosecution actually appealed that case or sentencing at the appellate court and got it overturned. So people, like me say, this was a landmark case. So people, like I said, the DPP appealed the case with the Court of Appeal, and the sentencing, it was pretty much not overturned. The suspect, Mr. Lazarus, Mr. Lindell, he was given 20 years and 7 months on one of those takeaway, and then 24 years and 7 months on the next takeaway. Pretty much he will have to do a life sentence before he is eligible for parole. 24 years before he is eligible for parole. Because, people, this is what happens. Those two charges are running concurrent. So therefore, the higher amount of time, that is what he will have to serve before he is actually eligible for parole. So you know that the DPP, the prosecution, they are elated. Because this change actually went to Parliament through the Justice Minister, and they got it passed, and people will say that it is in full effect. However, you know that there's always two sides to the story. So therefore, the lawyer for Mr. Lindell, she is saying that sometimes this can be abuse of power if it is not used properly, and she is not saying that it was not used properly in this case. However, the moral of the story is this. It tells you that there are some judges that are making decisions in a place like Jamaica where they see that a whole lot of serious people doing a whole lot of serious crimes. However, people, they don't listen to the concept. Desperate times calls for desperate measure. So therefore, they have these called BLOODEDKILLERS out there, such as OC Mr. Lazarus, a known gangster with at least a couple of convictions. Some of those convictions are GUN charged. Take away 2 people by the gun, and then this judge decide that he is going to be lenient. I would like to know the rationale. How is it that you give somebody 12 years for 2 takeaway, and then that person is eligible after 10 years? Now, people, when they say you are eligible, it is not a guarantee that on the first go around you are going to get parole. But me just say, he should not have been given that opportunity, not based on his recent record, not based on his past. People, it makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So what this tells us is that you have some judges that are actually in bed with these defense lawyers. These judges are taking some sort of money, some sorts of bribery, or these judges must be the foolishest or the dumbest people them on planet Earth in a Jamaica. Point blank and period. Now, people, we know that the DPP's office has been taking a whole bunch of bashing of lately, of how they handle all sorts of high-profile cases. However, the DPP is saying that she does not listen to the noise on social media because people don't understand the law. The law is based on rules. The law is based on protocols that have to be followed. It is not what you think that it could be or should be. It is what it is. So therefore, she not listen to people that say the DPP's office is not doing anything. As it pertains to the Donaldson case, she said that, listen, we are working assiduously in the background. We are sweating. We are going over our notes, and we are making sure that justice is going to be served. So pretty much she is guaranteeing that whoever was responsible, one and all, they are going to be charged. They are going to be convicted. This family is going to get justice regardless of what persons are saying, how they are not handling the case, and they are biased and they are looking out for the po, rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. She is saying that that is furthest from the truth. People, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Something Sounds Fishy. And people, this is based on an ex-employee of a place named Sharky's that is close to St. Anne's or in St. Anne's. Popular seafood restaurants. It is said that this employee, he was found in some sorts of guest house in a very compromising position, ASS up in the ear, pillowcase over him. However, he was found DEAD. However, what stood out or stand out in this picture is that it is said that he was found with some sorts of long love condom in a him, RECTUM. Now people, I don't even know why I am doing this video because it sounds a bit shaky. However, the moral of the story in all of this is that, listen, I am not here to tell people how to live their lives. However, I am telling you, listen, be very careful. Whatever type of fetish you have some people that are willing to take an extreme fetish to even a further extent. You have some people that are of the fishy type. However, they have the gully fish syndrome, meaning that they are very violent. They have the serial RAPIST tendency. Them like for run through the back door. Them like for pretty much exhaust. So people, condolences to the family of this guy that lost his life. But me just I say, be very careful. Be very careful of the actions who you ramp with, play with, who you associate yourself with. Because it is bad enough that you live a life that is kind of shady in the start. So me just I say, the last way that you want to lose your life and be reminded of is this guy that was caught or found DEAD, ASS up with some sorts of long life CONDUM in a him, RECTUM. People, it sounds some sort of way. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos straight to the point, no sorts of beating around the bush, show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is the way that YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible people like yourself and people word to the wise. Whenever you are rising in life, there's always going to be a set of vipers because they realize that their talent, their ceiling is in the cellar in the abyss of hell. When they look at you, they see potential. So therefore, because of the hate in their heart and their insecurity and the fact that they realize that their ceiling is in the cellar, in the abyss of hell, they are going to do everything to bring you down because that is the way that they feel as if they are up. Point blank and period.